Doo-Wop is a vocal-based style of rhythm and blues with minimal instrumentation. With roots in barbershop quartets, church gospel quartets, and 1940s R&B vocal groups like the Ink Spots, the Mills Brothers, and the Ravens. In the 1950s, urban teenagers formed their own groups, no instruments required, and take up singing harmony on street corners with some landing recording contracts and turning their unique arrangements into chart-topping gold records. In 1953, Baltimore group the Orioles have a #1 R&B hit with Crying in the Chapel. The song also crosses over to the mainstream pop charts where it climbs all the way to number 11. In 1954, Los Angeles group the Penguins have similar crossover success, with Earth Angel reaching #1 R&B and #8 pop. The Chords from the Bronx, New York take their song Shaboom to #2 R&B and #5 pop. A cover version of the song by white Canadian group The Crew Cuts hits #1 on the pop charts. By 1955, doo-wop is a major part of early rock and roll culture, with teen audiences embracing the smooth harmonies and romantic themes. Exemplifying this, Los Angeles group the Platters hit #1 R&B and #5 pop with their single Only You. And in January 1956, they hit #1 pop and #1 R&B with their follow-up single, The Great Pretender. Also in 1956, New Haven, Connecticut vocal group the Five Satins hit #3 R&B, #24 pop in the US with their single, In the Still of the Night. The doo-wop, doo-wah refrain in the bridge of the song is often cited as the origin of the term doo-wop music. New York City doo-wop vocal group The Teenagers, featuring 13-year-old lead singer Frankie Lymon, have a smash hit with their self-penned single, Why Do Fools Fall in Love? The song hits #1 R&B, #6 US pop, as well as #1 in the UK. In April, Harvey, Illinois vocal group The Dells released the single, Oh What a Night, which hits #5 R&B in the US on Chicago's VJ record label. In 1957, the Dell Vikings, a vocal group composed of Air Force members stationed in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, go to #4 on the US pop chart, #2 R&B with their debut single, Come Go With Me. Also in 1957, Los Angeles vocal group The Coasters team up with songwriters Jerry Lieber and Mike Stoller for the first of 6 US top 10 hits. The Coasters' single Searchin' tops the US R&B chart and reaches #3 pop in the US. New York City vocal group The Rays hit #3 US pop with their single Silhouettes on Cameo Records. In 1958, after performing their new single, At the Hop, on the TV program American Bandstand, the Philadelphia-based vocal quartet Danny and the Juniors take the song to #1 US pop, #1 US R&B, along with #3 UK. In February, Philadelphia vocal group The Silhouettes topped the US pop and R&B charts with their composition, Get a Job. The song featured the dip, 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 and sha-na-na vocal hooks later used by many other doo-wop groups. In April, Newark, New Jersey vocal group The Monotones hit it big with their composition, The Book of Love, which reaches #3 US R&B, #5 US pop. In September, the Olympics, a Los Angeles vocal group made up of high school friends, score a top 10 hit with their debut single Western Movies, which reaches #7 R&B, #8 pop, and #12 UK. In December 1958, 17-year-old Californian Phil Spector writes and produces the US #1 pop single, To Know Him Is to Love Him, for his band The Teddy Bears. Spector would go on to write and produce numerous hits for other artists in the 1960s. In January 1959, New York City doo-wop group The Crests hit #2 pop with the song 16 Candles. The song would go on to sell more than 1 million copies. In April, Olympia, Washington high school trio The Fleetwoods topped the US pop charts with their a cappella single, Come Softly to Me, #6 UK. Bronx, New York trio Dion and the Belmonts follow in May with A Teenager in Love, which reaches #5 pop, #28 UK. In July 1959, I Only Have Eyes for You, a song by Chicago vocal group The Flamingos, hits #11 on the pop chart, #3 R&B, and is considered to be one of doo-wop's finest moments. In August, New York City group Little Anthony and the Imperials hit #4 pop, #2 R&B with Tears on My Pillow. In 1960, doo-wop group Maurice Williams, and the Zodiacs of Lancaster, South Carolina score a #1 U.S. hit single with their song Stay, clocking in at only 1 minute and 36 seconds. The song is the shortest to ever top the charts. In September, Save the Last Dance for Me by New York City group The Drifters hits #1 U.S. pop, #1 R&B, and #2 UK.
Save the last dance for me.
1961 brings the single Blue Moon, going to #1 pop for Pittsburgh group The Marcells. The record goes on to sell over 1 million copies. At the end of 1961, Brooklyn, New York-based vocal group The Tokens hit #1 pop with their Doo-Wop hit, The Lion Sleeps Tonight. This South African folk song had been recorded by others under various titles, such as Wemowe, prior to the Tokens version. Perhaps the last major doo-wop hit of this era is the Times' 1963 #1 hit, So Much in Love. By the early 60s, doo-wop has peaked, and the vocal harmony style begins blending into other styles such as soul, Motown, and the more pop girl group sound. Traditional street corner doo-wop fades from the mainstream as new sounds emerge. Though doo-wop revivals continue to this day as new generations discover the simple beauty and joy of perfectly blended vocal harmonies.